So, hey, asshole.
Hey, asshole.
How's it going? Fuck.
Yeah. We're going to go for this.
Apparently, we're going for it.
You know, I was thinking of this joke that I had been writing for like decades, but I figured it wasn't landing. So, like, I figured I'd try it out now. Maybe I've got it. I'm going to do an impersonation of a rich person. I want eggs. There, you see, I think it works now. I had to wait until 2023.
How many?
Now it seems to work.
How many iterations of that did you go through?
I would always say it. I thought it was the same, but it was just never funny. And now it finally worked, and I can't figure out exactly why, but it took a long time.
Was it because eggs never used to be an issue, and now they are?
What do you mean? I love eggs. Like, what's the issue?
The cost.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Like, like
That's
I
what
went
makes maybe I misunderstood your joke, asshole.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you thought it was funny, like I'm just,
I thought it was funny because it's like rich people are the only ones that can afford eggs right now.
Yeah, I think that's the part that I was trying to work out for like 30 years.
Oh, well, it only took eggs going up to $500 a dozen to make your
like I went to for years I used to go to the corner store over here. And everything was like, there's deals, because I don't know if they just don't know what the prices are sometimes, or like they get stuff cheaper, so they're just like, fuck it, we're not going to rape you. Yeah. So I'd go in there, and they would have like a pile of fucking eggs, and all the eggs in the whole store were $1.99 a dozen, right? So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, hey, let me go there, see how much eggs are, because I haven't been there in a while. Maybe I'll get a deal. So then suddenly, eggs were $3.99 a dozen, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" I was like, "This sucks." I was like, "Let me go to the regular supermarket," and they're $3.59, so you save like 40 cents. I was like, "Okay, cool." So I can finagle 40 cents here and there, you know what I mean? And then maybe after a while I can get like a free dozen if I save my fucking shekels, right? So
schmeckles.
So then the other day I walk in there and I'm not buying eggs, but I look over and they went from $5.49 a dozen, which was like suddenly the cheapest like 2 weeks ago. And suddenly now it just said $6.99 a dozen. I was like, "Yo, fuck these guys!" I was like, "They're getting greedy." I was like, "I'm gonna go to the regular supermarket because they were $5.49 over there." So I gotta just grab them. I go to the supermarket. I grab the eggs. I grab a couple other things, and I'm trying to see. I play this new game when I go to the supermarket. It's called "Try Not to Spend $25."
Good.
Let me tell you, it's a fucking hard game.
It's impossible.
Holy shit. Like, I used to be able to do that every time I went to the supermarket, but now I got this one little bag that I carry, and I fucking buy like 7 things, and the lady's like $79.54, and I'm like, what the fuck did I buy?
Yeah.
So like today I go there, not today, a couple days ago, I go there. I don't even look at the price of the eggs. I just take them. And I'm like, I know they're cheaper here because they're $6.99 over at fuck faces over there, right? So then I go to the register and I add it up real quick. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be like $49. So she's like $54.68. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Did I misjudge something? So I'm like, I get home. I'm like, let me see where I fucked up. Because I'm pretty sure I was like, holy shit, the fucking eggs were $8. I was like, God damn. I was like, I never would have bought them if I would have known they were $8. I was like, fuck it. So I got to go buy $6.99 eggs now with the fucking guy who's a fuckface. So yeah, that was my joke. I want eggs.
I want eggs.
How about that? The rich people.
Eggs.
You know what that means, though? Like, my eggs are now 80 cents an egg.
An egg? Yeah, you start thinking about price per egg. Nobody ever thinks that way.
82 cents. And remember, we used to throw eggs at people's fucking whole
eggs
house
and toilet
on
paper.
Halloween. Yeah.
Remember the run on toilet paper? I mean, all the stuff that we used to throw at people's houses, we're now using. We now have to keep them and like hoard them because they're expensive and in short supply.
Fuck that. If I find out somebody's hoarding that shit, you know what I do? I'm gonna fucking murder that motherfucker.
I'm just gonna go and take a shit in their house and use all their toilet paper. I'm going to eat all their eggs, and then I'm going to take a big shit, and it's going to smell because it's eggs.
Those are the first people that you attack.
And then I'm going to use all their toilet paper.
Right. Fuck you. I want all that
Instead
bounty.
instead of throwing eggs and toilet paper at their house, I'm just going to go in their house and eat their eggs and then use all their toilet paper.
Yeah, you could do that for like 2 weeks or something. Just stay there.
Well, depends on how many eggs they buy.
Well, if they're hoarding them, or maybe they got chickens.
I used to have chickens, and
Dude, you're
you know
like
what?
an aristocrat if you got
I am.
chickens.
I know. I could be like out
So
there.
what do you mean you used to? What happened? You killed them and ate them?
Something else killed them and ate them.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and it's like the third time it's happened. I'm over it, but the wife still likes to. The wife likes to have chickens, and
So what was
she's
killing
really
them?
good at it.
And how many chickens?
Well, we started out our very first incarnation. We had probably like 9 chickens and a couple ducks, and it was great. And we, the coop was all set up, and they had all this room.
Did you eat the duck eggs?
And yeah, they were really good.
Yeah,
Duck eggs are amazing.
Yeah.
Farm fresh duck eggs, farm fresh chicken eggs, they're all so much better. But the first time something got into the coop and killed all the birds. There was a hawk. There's a hawk that lives around here, or a couple of them. And somehow this hawk lured the chicken into sticking its neck out the fence. This is how this is how our very last chickens died.
So you have like you watched this go down or something?
Well, you kind of figure it out from the aftermath, or you can see it from the house. You can see what's going down, and by the time it's happened, it's already over.
Wow.
But this hawk kind of figured out how to get these chickens right through the fence. He was killing them right through the fence.
And then what? They don't even get to eat them.
They can't even eat it. Yeah, I don't know why. They just wanted to say fuck you to anybody who owns chickens, I guess. But
that's crazy.
And then this last time, something got literally into the coop. It got under the fence, probably like a Fisher cat or a fox. Probably a Fisher cat, because we got those around here.
What the fuck is a Fisher cat?
They look like a giant weasel.
Oh,
almost. You can look it up, but I mean, they're Fisher cats. They're nasty, and they're
not
evil.
cats.
Not really. No,
They're
I don't
fish
think
or
they're
cats.
I don't think they're. They don't fish, and they're not felines.
They're not fish or cats,
and they are not fish. But yeah, so and raising chickens is not easy. We were down to 6. We had 6 for the longest time. We were down to 6, but we had 6 good ones. And over the summer, they were laying. We'd get like 3-4 eggs a day.
Yeah.
But if you're making at 80 cents an egg,
yes, $3 each chicken a day.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're spending $4 a day feeding them, I don't know. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, but it ends up being free eggs because you're tapping out even, and they're not cancer eggs.
Right, they're
like the real ones.
Crappy eggs. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that the eggs are good.
Right.
But there's a lot of work you have to put in.
They're called pasture raised. You know how much those eggs? I'm talking about cancer eggs are $8. The pasture raised ones are over $10, and they're not even jumbo, bro. You had bank eggs, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Fisher cat screwed us.
Wow.
And the hawk. But you got to maintain the coop and.
Well, yeah, I think it's the coop design that you got. Well,
we've tried. I mean, we went down into the dirt. I mean, she's tried everything she can, but nature's bitching, man.
Right, but what I'm saying
nature
is,
will get in there.
Have you consulted like other motherfuckers on YouTube that build the coops? You see how they make them and everything?
This is not my circus, not my clowns.
See, what I'm saying is that's the first thing I'm doing. I'm seeing how they build them coops and how their chickens live for years without problems,
Yeah.
And if you don't give a fuck because they're not your chickens, well then fuck, who cares then, right?
I just don't have the energy to invest in
fuck them.
Animals.
Chop their heads off and eat them. Might as well eat them.
I can afford $8 eggs. I don't want to buy them, but I can afford cancer eggs. And I mean, I can't afford cancer, but probably going to have that anyway too.
Yeah, man. I stopped eating eggs. I can't afford eggs. I'm not rich enough now.
Well, you went to the store.
Well, I went to the store and bought $5 eggs.
Yeah.
$8 eggs now. That's something I'm doing.
That means your omelet. What's your omelet cost at home? You might as well go to a diner and buy an omelet. It'd be cheaper.
Fuck no.
Somebody will serve it to you and then take away the dirty plates.
That's what I'm saying. You go to the fucking diner, it's going to be $30 for that omelet. They're not fucking sitting there eating the cost. You're paying.
I still
for
got
it.
a diner. I got a diner up here. They haven't raised their rates yet. Maybe they will soon. Now that eggs don't seem to be going down.
Let me tell you something. You said diner. So one of the things we did this weekend, we went to a fucking diner because I have like a diner fetish. Like I fucking love diners. Like
Really?
if it's a real diner and you can literally get anything in there, but I only want like one thing that's done right, I will fucking like live in that diner. But if it's a shit diner, I'm like, fuck you and fuck this place. I'm never coming back. So we went to a diner. And my test for a diner is, what the fuck do the burgers look like on the menu?
Oh, yeah.
And these motherfuckers nailed it, right? So I'm like, yo, I'm getting this, right? So there's this, I've never seen this shit on the menu. So there's this thing where it says twin burger. I'm like, that's me. I'm buying that. So I always want 2 patties of meat. Like one is not enough. So if I have to ask for a second patty, I will. But this says twin burger. So I'm like, there you go. You get deluxe, right? Because in the diner, deluxe means you have all that extra shit, fries
Lettuce.
and whatever, right?
Lettuce, tomato, and onion.
And this comes with a soup too, right? So I get
Wow.
twin burger deluxe, right? And I'm thinking it's just a double cheeseburger, twin cheeseburger they call it, right? Deluxe.
Huh.
You know, you're thinking I know what the fuck a Big Mac looks like. That's what's coming, right? No, you know what came? A fucking plate, first of all, that wasn't big enough for the fucking food hanging off of it, and it was 2 fucking burgers sitting there, twin cheeseburgers. And all the other shit that I was like, yo, this is, and you know how much that was? Just like $24. I was like, this is unfucking believable. Here, you know how much that would cost here? $39. That's how much that shit would cost here.
Huh.
So yeah, I fucking tried to eat as much as I could without eating all the bread. I always.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's 2 burgers. That's twice the bread. I just
Yeah,
can't
but
see
I
you
don't
doing
eat
that.
bread. So I just put
Yeah.
that aside. I don't fuck with bread because bread is poison.
So
like,
next time you could just tell them to hold the bun.
yeah, but this time I was like, I'm not even going to say that. Just give it to me how you give it to me. And then I'll
Right.
fuck with it, you know? Because it had cheese in it too.
Right.
But anyway, when they order fries, like I don't eat fries, but they substitute sweet potato fries. So I did that. So that
yeah.
I'll eat.
Those are good.
Because regular fries, that's just fucking bullshit. It's like a waste. So
potato.
what happens is I'm sitting here going, all right, now I got to log this into my fucking calorie counter, right? Because I got to know if I'm eating enough, A, and B, if I'm eating too much so I don't fucking get man tits or some shit like that, right? So I can still fit into my fucking clothes. So I estimate that fucking meal was 1,500 calories. How fucking crazy is that?
That sounds about right.
That was good.
Well, it's 2 fucking burgers. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, here, we've got a couple diners in town.
Are they banging like what I said, or would I be disappointed?
They used to be, but I mean, for the past couple of years, of course, everybody's been downsizing everything. So now, I mean, we had this one diner where you went in and the menu, it's one of those diners that does it. It used to be one of those diners that does everything. And you know what I mean when I say everything. Like the menu is a giant menu and there's like 5 pages of shit. You know,
Yeah,
like
that's
breakfast
what a
is just
menu
the
is.
first 2 pages.
Well, what else
and
is
then the
the
next
menu
page is
gonna be? A
lunch.
sheet?
Well, that's what they've become up here.
That's
It's like,
that ain't a
it's like
diner.
it's like
You know what
one
that is?
page.
That's the food truck over here at 2
Yeah.
a.m. That's what the fuck
Yeah, they've reduced all the stuff that they make down to the bare minimum diner stuff.
Fuck
It's not
that. And what do they call
the same.
themselves?
Well, they're still calling themselves diners.
But like, what's it? Is it like Sally's Diner? Like, what is it? Flo's?
Yeah, yeah. Well, we got a Bill's Diner, and they suck. And they're the biggest culprits. They used to have this menu that was freaking huge. And you know, most diners they're like Greek,
Yes.
and so
right.
you get all the regular American diner food. Then you get like the Greek dishes. Well, they got rid of all of that. All of it's gone. The giant menu is gone. The baklava
Maybe the
is
Greek
gone.
guy left.
Well, the Greek guy died. And so, I mean, and the only reason we found that out is because we usually get the baklava. And they're like, well, we don't know how to make it. I'm like, what do you mean? Well, the guy died. And I'm like,
wow.
And he didn't leave you his recipe. And nobody wants to do it. He was the only one that could do it right.
Wow.
I'm like, well, that's great. That's just great. Apparently they didn't care. But so there was Bill's Diner, and they're down to a page or two. It's a single 8.5 by 11 sheet in one of those little, plastic cover things.
I would boycott that fucking place.
Well, I boycotted them a long time ago because last time I was there, not only that, well, aside from the menu reduction, they also reduced the portion sizes. So you're paying the same amount, but we were literally getting half the amount of food.
Oh, that's no good.
And, because usually I'd get something and I'd even have something to bring home. And so it's like you pay $30, but you're getting almost 2 meals. And so we don't even go there anymore.
I probably go to a diner twice a year if I'm lucky, and this one was holy fuck. That was unbelievable.
Oh, we'll have to take the Jeep over there and eat.
Right at the Metropolis Diner, 5 stars, 2 thumbs up the ass. I love it. And like the burger, like just order a burger. Like let me tell you, the fucking burgers on this fucking menu, it was like they were like giant burgers, right? And then there was the list, and then that's where the twin burgers were, and then under that to the left it said crazy burgers, and I was like, yo, that's my section. So I didn't even get to order those, and I was like, yo, if I came here every fucking day, I would order a different one. I was like, that's how many fucking crazy, amazing burgers.
That's what a good diner wants you to do. Like
right.
When you go to a diner that's got a menu that big and they have all these insane looking foods, it makes you not want to order the same food every meal. Every time you go there, it's like, I know this food is good, but there's all these other things I haven't tried yet.
But you see, I could live in the burger section. I didn't even spread out to sandwiches.
Yeah, I mean, they probably got things like the buffalo burger and the feta burger. I mean, they got all kinds of stuff.
The one that I had on in my eye was something called the Philly burger, and I was
they threw it in your eye.
Oof, it was in my eye.
Wow,
like a big pizza pie.
But it's really not. It's not primo Michelin star burger until you put an egg on it, because eggs are expensive now.
Well, I mean, they had one with a fried egg. I was like, that's going overboard now. 2023, you're
talking about price increases.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, do we really need that? That's going a little far.
Oh, we've never needed it.
I'm just saying, dude, it's
need is not a word you use in a conversation.
It's an extra 80 cents on top of, look.
Plus the markup, it's an extra $1.50.
Look, these motherfuckers charge you $2.50 for like a slice of cheese. I'm pretty sure we can do okay with the fucking egg on there.
Yeah, a quote unquote side of bacon with your meal is $3.
Yeah, see, I never
for like 2 slices of bacon,
Yeah, I never went that far. The Philly thing, it's I don't know if you ever had a Philly burger. It's like a thing, like a special thing. So like, there's this diner in Manhattan called the Tick-Tock Diner. So every time I'd be there on the west side, around 40th, 38th Street, around there, if I was starving to death before I get on that fucking subway, it's going to be another hour surrounded by fucking smelly, crazy people, I'll go into the Tick-Tock Diner and just sit and decompress all by myself in the booth.
Nice. And
I would order the fucking Philly burger, but I would have to order an extra fucking patty of meat because it only comes with one. And the thing about the Philly burger is it's Swiss cheese with
Swiss.
Maybe I selected Swiss. Maybe it don't matter what the fuck cheese is, but like I would order Swiss with it. But the thing about it is it's mushrooms with peppers and bacon.
Onions. No onion?
Yeah, maybe it had some onions in there, caramelized.
Cause I'm thinking like a Philly cheesesteak, but with hamburger instead of steak.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe that's what the fuck it is.
Which is steak, peppers, onions, and
there you go.
Usually it's like that.
So now
really
imagine that fucking
cheese.
double burger and then a whole shitload of sweet potato fries on the side and fucking unlimited coffee. That's the other thing about the diner.
Yeah.
I fucking drink that. It's bottomless coffee. So like you got to keep up, Yeah. This shit is empty. I'm like, yo, where are you at with the coffee? So like that's another thing. I could live in there.
Yeah, we've got this place my non-asshole friend and I go to every once a week. And it's a place called Dusty's.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Well, and what's interesting is this place has been around forever. Actually, the building it's in is north of town, this little tiny town. And so when I was still in high school, I used to work at this little ice cream stand called Mr. Twister.
Wow.
And I think it was called something before that. Probably called something different when I was actually working there, but I don't remember.
I'm imagining you with like the ice cream fucking outfit.
Yeah, but I was like the short order cook. I wasn't serving ice cream. I was like the short order cook for the grill in the back.
Oh, that's even better.
And there was this, I mean, this is a whole other story, but I mean, I can go through it pretty quick. I worked there for about a week.
Mm.
And the reason I worked there a week was because I dropped some mushrooms on the floor and I got fired.
Wow, just for that.
Just
the mushrooms weren't even that expensive.
No, mushrooms were the least of the guy's worries. It was this big old fat guy, and I opened the fridge. Somebody set me up, man, because I opened that fridge and I either opened it too quickly or somebody propped that shit up in there. But there was a container. It was like this little pint-sized container, Tupperware container with mushrooms in it, sliced mushrooms like you'd put on a burger.
Okay.
And I opened the fridge, and the container fell out, and it opened, and the mushrooms went all over the floor. So there were, you couldn't use them; you had to throw them out.
Right.
And he was like standing there when it happened, and
that was it for him. He was like, you crossed the line.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I probably wasn't that good of a short order cook anyway. I was still kind of in training, but it was just amazing how that was the catalyst. That was his final straw. If that wasn't the only thing that got me fired, it was at least the last straw because he gave me a ride home. And on, on the way home, he fired me. So I'm riding in this car with this guy, and he fired me in the car.
So wait, you were getting the ride home, and you didn't even know?
I didn't even know until I was getting the ride home. He was like, yeah, this isn't, I'm going to have to let you go. This isn't working out. And I go, well, what's the reason? And he's like, well, we can't. And he said to me, he's like, well, we can't be wasting food.
Wow.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, well, those mushrooms. And I'm like, are you kidding me? The mushrooms, that was the last straw, like a pint, not even a pint worth of mushrooms. And that's the reason. Don't shit on my head and tell me it's raining. It's ridiculous to think that was actually the reason, but that was his reason.
You know what?
That's the reason he gave me.
Sometimes you need like a third party perspective of something to really know what's going on. Because
always.
I don't think that's what happened there.
I'm pretty sure it isn't.
I think you read it wrong at the time because how could you not, right? So you know what that really was? Think about it. You were in the car. He didn't fire you yet. You know what he wanted you to do? He wanted you to like suck his dick in the car to get your job back.
Yeah, no.
That's what the fuck that was.
Yeah,
and he was like, yo, I don't want you wasting food.
Yeah.
And you were like, what are you talking about? And he was like, the mushrooms.
No, because later I heard.
He was like, suck this mushroom right over here. How about that?
This little mushroom cap. No, I don't think that was it because later I had heard from other people saying, yeah, that's just how he is. He picks little things to fire.
Dude, I would have put $1,000 on that. That's what it was.
So
I'm wrong.
But anyway, the reason I brought that up is because, I got fired and I left and we started calling the place Mr. Fister just because that was funny.
But you see, something in your subconscious knew Mr. Fister was up to no good.
There was something going on there. So, fast forward to like last year, my friend, he's like, well, we can, there's a couple places we can go. We got this place Charlie's, we got this place Bill's, and then there's Dusty's. And I'm like, what the hell's Dusty's? Because Bill's, we stopped going there when the menu shrunk and the plates shrunk. Charlie's, I stopped going to Charlie's back when it was still Norwich Diner, and they changed hands like 3 times. And at the end of it all, they stopped taking credit cards, and I don't carry cash. So
was it better when it was called Norwich Diner?
The Norwich Diner was a pretty good diner. That was one of those diners that had a fairly large menu, and there was some Greek. It was run by a Greek guy, and then it changed hands, and the Greek guy wasn't running it anymore.
And it all went downhill.
And then they stopped taking credit cards. So Charlie's was out, Bill's was out, and so there's a diner like north of us, about 10 miles, that we could go to if we wanted to. But then he's like, well, let's do Dusty's. And I go, what the hell is Dusty's? He's like, well, go up to where that ice cream stand is. And I'm like, what, Mr. Fister? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, go to Mr. Fister. And in the back, there's a diner there now. And so we went there. I just ate there this past Saturday with him. And I got a really good omelet. It was a really decent omelet. It had broccoli and ham and cheese. and they do the home fries right. They're perfect. English muffin. We both ate a meal, and for two of us, it only came to like $30.
That's good.
And the plates were full. So and I think I brought some of it home. I don't remember if I brought some of it home. Maybe not. But I mean, for $30 for two people, that's great. And the coffee's always good. It's never ending coffee, and they've got really good coffee there. And she's really nice, and you know, I feel like I'm supporting a decent business. But you know, they're in the back of this ice cream stand, and then the ice cream stand's only open in the summer hours. But in the back, the diner's open year round.
Yeah. So what, you didn't even know it was there. That's fucked up.
I really didn't realize that they had done that. And that was literally the same kitchen where I had been, trying to cook and spilling mushrooms. And
wow. So what did they do? They split a business into two businesses?
I guess. I think Mr. Pfister might have had the space in the back for people who wanted to eat their ice cream indoors, but it was never a full-blown restaurant diner until I don't know when.
So who's Dusty?
I have no idea.
Wow.
Some guy. Or maybe some girl. I don't know.
Amazing. Now imagine how many other people have no idea Dusty's is there and they're fucking losing money.
Yeah, that or, I mean, they're pretty full every week. So word's gotten out by now. I mean, they're when we go there, they're pretty busy. So, but, you know, they're keeping the menu simple enough, but they've still got choices. It's not a great big Greek diner menu, but it's good enough. And the prices are good, and it's better than Bill's, and it's better than Charlie's, and those are my fucking choices. I'm not down. I'm not in. You know.
So which one of them makes a fucking burger that I'm not going to tell them to go fuck themselves?
Oh, wow.
Because
Charlie's, I haven't been to Charlie's, but they used to make a really good burger. I can't speak for it now, but
right.
I would imagine Dusty's. I'll have to see if they're even open for lunch. First of all, maybe they're only open for breakfast, but
Slim
next time I go in,
pickings.
I'll see if they got burgers. I'll see if they do burgers.
Right. Take a picture of the fucking menu and be like, "What do you think?" Because I can usually tell from what the menu looks like if I'm out, and I could like leave.
Yeah, I think you'd probably be out, but I mean, up here we don't have that luxury. We got three choices.
Right. Your eggs are $8, and you don't even have them.
Yeah. So, you know, if I want a really good omelet, I'll make one at home because I make a mean omelet.
But you know what's funny about that? Like, that's how I feel about when I go out to Long Island. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking Long Island. There ain't shit out here, right? Except fucking like thrift stores and fucking diners and gas stations, right? Like, I don't know. And supermarkets, Stop and Shops. There's like fucking 8,000 acres of supermarket and parking lot. But let me tell you, you go to the fucking diner and you're like, holy shit, you guys got it together. We don't have that shit here.
Yeah.
It's so like I think I'm going to Long Island like it's a shithole, and it turns out everything's fucking great. But like here, you have everything within like throwing distance, but everything's $20.
Yeah.
And now everything sucks because it's like the last 3 years we're just declining into a fucking third world country over here that doesn't know what the fuck is going. Long Island, it turns out, is okay.
All the choices that our Americans are used to are starting to go away. There's less choices.
Right. And what's funny is you go to another country and their food fucking sucks. You think America's like amazing, but it's like, I don't know how long that's going to last.
Right.
You go to England.
People don't seem to appreciate what they have.
Oh, dude, I tried to survive in London like for 72 hours. You know how fucking hard it is to find food over there when you're American? You're like, this is what the fuck you guys eat? I'm like, no wonder you guys are fucked up.
Yeah, unless you're going to a quality gourmet restaurant.
Fuck that, but what's that? You know, I don't need fancy. Like, give me a fucking place where the plebs
Give
eat.
me a burger.
Like, where do you eat? Yes, they don't even know what a burger is. Like, and they're next to Germany. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, these fuckers, they eat English breakfast. And you know what the fuck that is? It's not even, like, proper. It's like, it's supposed to be a giant sausage link. So it ends up being like a fat hot dog. And then it's like fucking bangers and mash. That's what they call it or some shit. And it's like beans with some kind of potatoes on the side. I'm like, this is what the fuck you eat? I'm like, I can't start my day with this shit. And I was like, I'm going to have fucking diarrhea in 40 minutes. What is this, right? Fuck. And you come back to America, you're like, give me the fucking diner. Please, I can live. So, yeah, I hope that never goes away.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I don't don't know what they're going to do. I mean, they're all trying to be as efficient as they can and not waste as much food. And so they don't keep the ingredients around because they don't want to throw them out.
Dude, thank God this place looked like the amount of food they gave me on that plate. They looked like they were like, trust me, we got a lot. And then they gave me fucking coleslaw with that shit. Some people don't even eat coleslaw. I'm fucking pounding the coleslaw.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. But like
soup.
Here's the thing though. I wanted to like kind of transition into this thing where honestly, I'm trying to watch my diet. Like I'm not 23 years old. I can't eat a hamburger with 2 buns, and fucking all the French fries in the world. Like, I'm not eating dessert, obviously, but like, let me tell you, I'm trying to eat like lower carbohydrates. Like, if I go 100 grams of carbs a day, I'm like, yo, you watch it. You can't do that, And like, I can sense like you're fucked up when you do that. So like, when I ate that burger and I ate everything except the fucking buns on that plate, that was 1,500 calories. You think I could have had like a fucking ice cream sundae after that? Absolutely. I was sitting there like, yo, just let it digest.
That's just over the line.
Yeah, I couldn't. But like,
that's
20 years ago I could. But like now it's no, I don't want diabetes. Not today.
Right. Not today. Not today.
But yeah, I'm trying to
Not
watch
today,
it.
Wilfred Brimley. Wilfred Brimley can go suck one. Don't get the diabetes.
That fucking guy. Wasn't he the Quaker Oats guy or some shit?
Also, yes.
Yeah. I'm Wilfred Brimley. Don't get diabetes like me. Right. I lost a leg. But yeah, like what's your diet like? Like what the fuck do you eat in the morning? You change anything? Or you even give a fuck? Like what's going on with your diet?
It varies day to day.
So it's not consistent. It's just like whatever.
Well, I've been doing the intermittent fasting, so breakfast has pretty much been out for the past week.
Right, but what do you eat when you eat? Like what's that first meal?
When I finally eat, it's usually a lunch.
Yeah, but what the fuck is it? Like, is it a chicken?
Not today. I had like a whole chicken.
That's what I would eat. I fucking buy a whole chicken and I eat it.
All you can eat plus a whole chicken.
Yeah, man. It's only like 680 calories and 1,000 grams of protein. You're good.
Today I had, what did I have for lunch? I had half a turkey sub and
what's the sub? Like you do the sub because what? It's like you need the bread or something?
It's like a sandwich. Well,
because that's like a long sandwich. That's like a fucking 18-inch sandwich.
Yeah, it's too much bread.
Yeah. So you ever consider cutting that shit out? Because that's gonna kill you.
I don't do it every day.
Oh.
Okay. And I had a grilled chicken salad with it.
Oh.
And my son,
you like that shit. The grilled chicken and the salad. Yeah.
My son got his first job last week.
Oh, what's he doing?
IT stuff.
Wow.
And so he was done at 1:00 today because it's part-time. And so I was out. I got out of a meeting late, so I had to go get lunch. I was starving by that point because I was already an hour or so past my fast break. And so we both went to lunch. So he had a slice of pepperoni and some of the salad. I had the salad and half a sub, and I got the rest of the sub for tomorrow if I want it.
Let me ask you something. Does your son know that his father's a fucking asshole?
Yeah. Every son knows their dad's an asshole.
Hopefully not all the time, just in secret, right?
Well,
Dad, you're an asshole.
As dads
you know
go,
that, right?
I'm both my kids will tell you as dads go, I'm the least asshole-ish one there could be.
Compared to the other fathers they have?
Compared to other dads that they could have.
All right, asshole. It's been good talking to you. Let's fucking shut the fuck up and watch The Road. How's that?
Yeah, that's good with me, asshole.
Cool. Enough yapping. Cool.
Enough yapping and drive.
Nice.